How's it going, everybody? Thanks for taking a couple minutes to check out my channel. Today is the 26th of October, and this is season 9, episode 2 of my trapping season here in Pennsylvania. I have a small trap line out right now. Nothing. I got like basically 3 check locations, but I do have 4 traps at each location, and I can check them really quickly and I'm done with it for the day. And it's too warm to set traps right now for me. It's supposed to be, I think, 72 degrees today or something. I might go do a remake today, and that might be about it. I'd like to get some more traps in the ground, but I still want to do some deer hunting too. I'd like to get another deer in the freezer. But we're going to take some time, we'll go out in line, we'll check a few traps. I am making a few catches here, so let's go out there first, and then we'll come back here, and then we'll wrap things up. Good morning, folks. It is the day after I caught the gray fox right out here. I can't see my urine post anymore. I have a drag that was wrapped around it, so I'm going to go there and check it out. But I have a suspicion those 3 deer that just seemed to want to stay in this field, they were hanging around here. I'm wondering if one of those stepped on it, maybe just drug it down. Deer sort of like to get around urine a lot, salt in it and stuff. I don't see anything moving around in the weeds. I have my drag pre-wrapped. Unless I just can't see my stake very well. I don't think those deer would hang around here if there was a fox or a coyote wrapped up in the weeds here. Gray fox is right out there. Oh no, I do see my stake. Okay, it's still here. I gotta look closer. So my little urine post is still there, so no activity here. Traps are still set, I can see, and I can see my little tuft of grass out there by that tree poking out. Okay, no big excitement then. Alrighty, folks, it is the day after I caught the gray fox, and just a couple minutes after I had my false alarm on my urine post set, and I do believe I have my first coyote of the year. Definitely a small coyote, definitely this year's pup. Yesterday when I was checking this set though, I have 2 sets here on this side of this pond. I was just looking down through her binoculars and I saw a red fox cruising on the other side of the pond and went into the bottom edge of that cornfield. But the landowner told me that they've been seeing grays, reds, and the neighbor had taken a shot at a coyote here a little while ago. Frosty old morning. It's about 32 degrees. Definitely a young coyote. That's okay. Gonna be one coyote that's not running around here. Fur on it, not sure. I mean, if they don't have, it's a dark colored coyote, and he's caught in a 1 3/4 Sleepy Creek. Got his pad in there pretty good. I have another set right over here. If we get a lot of rain, that water comes clear up into here sometime. That's why I got the sets a little bit away from this pond. Yeah, I'm gonna get this guy dispatched, get him looked at, but the coyote market is pretty bleak at the moment. So we'll see what the fur looks like. Maybe I'll get him skinned out and try to tan him as well, along with the gray fox. Cool beans, man. 1 coyote down. Here's my remake. It was pretty much a dirt hole. There's still a pretty good dirt hole down in there. I don't think he dug the bait out. Just bet him a trap again. Add a little bit of Todd Strohecker's ring burner down in the hole this time. Had a little bit of activity at that hole, but didn't dig anything out a whole lot. Somebody asked me how I dispatch my canines. I either use my catch pole, which I don't have right now, or a 177 caliber pellet gun to the lungs. It works really good. That's what that one went down with. And there's my pellet gun. It's the cheapest one I could find. I think it was $75. Crossman. I mean, it's not like accurate out to 50 yards or anything, but at point blank in the trap, I can put one in the lungs. Well, this is check day 4, and my 3rd check day. I knew that was coming. You're gonna hear my dog Toby in the background. He'll go bazonkers here until I get this thing taken care of. At least he'll fade off into the background, but this is my third check day in a row where I caught canines. This is the second gray fox. Again, this is my all-time favorite thing to catch. And I think it's in the same set where I caught the first one. This is one of the reasons I like the gray fox so much. They're super feisty critters. If they were like a 50, 60 pound thing, they would be really hard to handle. And I just like the way they look and everything. They're just cool critters. But I'm gonna get this guy dispatched, taken care of, move on down the line, and see what happens the rest of the day. Okay, got my remake here. Pretty much just rebedded my trap and put some peat moss and a little bit of grass clippings on top. My dirt hole is right here. I didn't bother digging it back out because just because I can't see it doesn't mean they can't smell it. See what happens tomorrow. Second catch for this morning, but not as exciting as the first one. Big old grinner. Hind leg catch, you can tell hind leg catch. Especially like if you have a raccoon or something, they'll have a gigantic circle. But I might just skin this guy out and put him up for my buddy Hearn. And I see here's a set that I have seen from the hammer. 2 rocks together with the lure between it. Something's dug my pan cover out, my trap's right there. So something dug my pan cover out. What it was, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna fix both these sets up. I have learned that you remake possum sets. Just because it's an opossum doesn't mean you ain't gonna catch a fox or a coyote in it later on. Okay, so I got like 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row catching canines for a few traps that I got out. Awesome. Another gray fox. Gray fox population is definitely up. Again, my favorite critter. 3 of them so far. I have another set right over here. No activity. I'm gonna get this guy taken care of quickly because I gotta get my wife to a doctor's appointment. If I'm late for that, I'm in trouble. This is pretty much a set. I had a tall tuft of grass here and I planted another tuft of grass right here. I had a little bit of bait underneath that tuft and a little under that tuft. Awesome. All right, here's my gray from this morning. The first 2 grays I caught were male. This is a female. This was in a completely different location. I got the first gray's in a pickle right now. Both of these grays, I know they were pretty blue. But I got 1 gray here that I just salted yesterday. This one's been in a pickle for 2 days, I think. I'm gonna add that one to the pickle. And this one, I think I'm just gonna put on a board to see how it looks. I suspect it's gonna be a little bit on the blue side too, but we'll see how she turns out. All right, I hope you enjoyed the time out in the line. Hopefully I'll get a longer line going as the season progresses, as long as my wife's health and my health stay the same. My shoulder, several people have asked me how my shoulder's doing and stuff. Believe it, I'm still working on range of motion and strengthening it, for real. It's been 9 months since my surgery, and I'll admit, for me, it was no joke. But I can do a lot more stuff with a lot less pain right now. I mean, it still gets sore and stuff, but I still got to work. I still got to do some stretching and stuff, believe it or not. But I'm happy I had the surgery done. I'm a lot better off. So let's just check out this gray fox that I caught this morning. I showed the stuff that's going on in a pickle and all that stuff right now. If anybody wants to see more of my tanning process, I'll try to show some of that as the season goes on. But this gray fox is just starting to turn right now. The leather's white right around here in the belly section, and then down right in the middle here. I know the PA Game Commission, they're collecting gray fox carcasses and weasel carcasses, I think. So I got a few of those in the freezer now to give to the Game Commission. I'm not sure exactly what they want the carcasses for, if they're studying for diseases or something, I'm not sure. But that's about it for the trap line right now. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you all have a blessed day and stay safe.